For the last 2 years, I have been running this YouTube channel and filming in a ton of miscellaneous locations. For the last 2 months, I've been trying to put together my perfect YouTube studio that I can film my videos in. And I am finally ready to show you guys. 3, 2, 1. The amount of command strips that I have used that I totally forgot about is ridiculous. They're everywhere. This is probably the range of what the new setup will be. And I have 2 shelves that I need to put behind me. So let's see how they line up here in the background. So at first I was opening up these shelves and I wasn't finding any screws or anything, and I was like, dude, did they not include them? But look at where these screws are actually hidden. Right in there, in the bracket. Now it's time to be really handy. I'm not a handy guy, like at all. So let's see how this goes. You come here for a sec?
What's up, YouTube?
Okay, so now I got these shelves in. Probably gonna, over time, put some stuff on it and take stuff off, move stuff around. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna be using that microphone, one of them, at some point, because I just want better audio. The ceilings in here are super high and everything just bounces around. You guys can probably go back and look at my other videos and you'll notice that for sure. But now on to the next piece of the studio build. These are pretty light. All right, I got my 4 frames here. And now it's time to put the posters in them, really hoping they fit. And honestly, these posters are dope. Like, I had these posters custom made. Let's see if these fit the frames. I really hope they do. Because I really don't want to have to print these again. Moment of truth. Perfect, dude. And with the posters, just gotta get them hung. Just gotta get them hung up there. And I think that's gonna be pretty much it for this build. Now we just gotta get them hung. I got you guys there at the beginning of the video, didn't I? You thought you were gonna see it right then and there. Well, here is the official look at the studio. All right, this is the setup. And yeah, I moved it for this shot because my head was blocking it over there, but doesn't matter. I apologize in advance for the crappy audio. I left my Tascam at work. And actually, moving forward, I'm actually gonna use those microphones. Believe it or not, just is what it is now. Big upgrades, all around upgrades. You know, guys, I'm super pumped about this space. I think it looks dope. I'm excited to just like pump out content here in a space that really feels like it's meant for this exact reason, to make YouTube videos, to work on my YouTube videos, and to work on any other, you know, filmmaking content that I do, whether it's work related, freelance related, and like I said, right here on YouTube. So let me explain some of the details of this place. On this shelf to my right here, it's kind of like my storage. You know, I got all my gear kind of lined up on the bottom there. Got my lights, cables, drone, everything you need stored right there. The trophy on the shelf is actually an award I won for my film called Harmony for Best Story. I won it down at a film festival called Terminus Film Festival in Atlanta. And that film's actually on Amazon Prime. You can go check that out if you want to. But I feel like the biggest thing to talk about here is really the posters. When I was coming up with the idea for this studio, I was like, I want to have movie posters. I love movie posters. Yo, I heard this falling off the ceiling. That's crazy. I just put these in today. I literally bought a ladder to get up there. It's not the stickiest, I guess, material. Initially, there were no lights up there. They were just blank, but it didn't feel like the room was lit enough. So I went out and I bought these, and it's clearly not sticky enough. There's other ones. I'll try it again. I'll try and put it back up. I don't know. Good thing I caught it though. You saw that. Everyone saw that. So I wanted to get movie posters up, but I wanted to get the ones that actually mean something to me. So here we go. Here's what we got for movie posters. Number 1, Get Out, directed by Jordan Peele. This is one of my favorite films ever, and there's a reason for that. Really, I love this genre. I love horror, thriller genre. This was really like the first film that I watched that I felt like, this is why I love filmmaking. This is so in-depth. Every time I watch this film, there's something new that I notice. Every single piece of this film has meaning somehow, and you can unpack it to so many levels. And so it felt like for me, it was the first time that I appreciated cinema for what it is. So that's why Get Out is up there. Second film that's up there is The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is easily one of my favorite movies ever, though I did just see the new Batman. And it was really good. I'm not gonna say whether or not I thought it was better. Again, I didn't say anything. I don't know. It's up for debate. We can discuss it. Maybe in another video, we'll talk about that. But this movie was, again, one of the first like superhero films that I loved. And Christopher Nolan is one of my favorite directors. And this film particularly, I have written so many papers on in my film courses in college. I always tended to pick The Dark Knight. So this was one of the first films that I ever truly analyzed and learned how to analyze film with. Heath Ledger's performance is just, oh, as the Joker, it's flawless. I really genuinely believe it's the best performance ever. I mean, there are people who will say that's absolutely not true. It's my favorite performance ever. So that's why it's up there. Third film is Hot Rod. Nothing like a stupid comedy. Love it. This film's kind of like the first comedy that kind of kickstarted it for me. Like, I thought it was hysterical. I've watched this movie a million times. I think it's funny every single time. And if you look closely at a lot of the stuff I make, or you just kind of listen to how I talk, it's kind of like a core memory of where my sense of humor comes from. I don't know. I'm not saying it's a great film, but it's incredibly entertaining and it's hilarious. But it definitely kickstarted me into the let's make comedy skits, let's make funny short films, let's be a comedian. You know, this was one of the films that really pushed me in that direction. And this is just a film that me and my friends quote like constantly. Had to be up there. Now the last poster up there isn't a movie. Normal People is a TV show. Now, one of the reasons I wanted this up there was because it's my wife, Emily's favorite TV show. You know, I wanted to put something up there that, you know, meant something to her as well. So I wanted to watch the show because, you know, it was Emily's favorite show and I wanted to watch it with her because she wanted me to watch it with her. So I did. And the show itself is it's so good. The tone is really awesome. There's not a lot of dialogue between the characters, but the performances are so good that you care about the relationship between these two main characters. Now here's a disclaimer. It's a very graphic show. Please, you gotta be 18 to watch that show. You gotta be careful when you watch that show, okay? I am not promoting anybody to watch that show. It's just a fact. Just please be aware of that. But overall, story, phenomenal. Performances, great. Loved it. And it's my wife's favorite show. So therefore, it makes the wall. In these posters, I just gotta say, I had each one of these posters custom made from an Etsy store. The name of this Etsy store is, let me pull it up here. The account name is, on Etsy, NYX Print. Nix Print. Real good. And I had these custom made for like $4 each. And then I printed them and framed them myself. You can get them framed from this account as well if you really want to. But man, unbelievable job. I love how they came out. I love traditional movie posters, but I felt like this room needed something that they all kind of matched. So I went that route. Definitely check out that Etsy store. It'll be in the description below if you want to get some movie posters that are custom made just like that. Anyways, guys, it's been 2 years of just sitting in, honestly, in this corner, but with kind of a bland backdrop behind me. And now it feels like it really does feel like I'm in a studio that has a purpose. You know, it's not just a room that I film stuff in. It's not just a room that I work in anymore. It's a room that has character and a story behind it. And that's what this channel is about, right? Like telling stories through film and filmmaking and comedy skits. And it has all of that now. So I'm pumped to start filming in here. I'm pumped to start sharing more content with you guys. I know it's been a little bit of a break, like kind of like 2 months of where's Nate? I don't think you guys actually lay in bed and wonder that. So hey, if you like this video, give it a like, because believe it or not, it actually helps me and the channel a ton when you do that. And if you haven't already, would love for you to subscribe to the channel. That'd be so dope. So welcome to the new studio. Thanks for watching. Keep telling stories. And I'll see you in the next video. Now I gotta get this light put back on.